in all honesty, this was the final nail in the wood of me actually saying I will not ever work at Walmart in the trucking division. So Walmart trucking does pay $100,000 to a lot of drivers a year. That's what I heard. But they got most of the dumbest rules ever, which would make you think, should I get paid those $100,000 or not? Because it's simply micromanagement and the most dumbest rules and the most strictest rules that have absolutely nothing to do with safety, on one of them especially, in the trucking industry. Like, some of the rules these Walmart truck drivers have to go through just to get paid $100,000 would make you think it's not worth it. I'll find another trucking job that'll pay me $100,000. So before we continue, before I rant about these rules, listen to this TikTok video that I found, and that's what made me realize I'm glad I don't work at Walmart in the trucking industry.
Did Walmart lift the rule where you have to sleep with your curtains open during your sleeper berth? Well, I'll show you. That's as far as we can pull the curtains right there so the camera is able to focus and see into the cab. So when you're sleeping, that's as far as you can pull them, is right there. And it's, let me go look up that rule number. It's on the computer. Hold on. It's 877-12103 is the rule number. But then you see I got to keep the curtains up here. Can't take them down. See, they're up here. But I'm supposed to go back to the shop and they're going to take them out completely. This side over here, you can't even get these up to put them up over the deal, but yeah, I can't release them. So what I try and do for a little bit of privacy is I open this door and
You see that up there? First of all, give this guy a follow on TikTok. Link in description below. But that is one of the reasons why I will not work at Walmart. Okay? Listen to this. You cannot close your curtains all the way when you go to sleep because they got an inward driver-facing camera. Okay? They got an inward driving-facing camera. And guess what? You cannot close your curtains all the way in the front, and you can't close your sleeper curtains in the back. And the only thing you can do is close up the shelf, like open the shelf to give him some kind of privacy. But no, he absolutely has no privacy. If a company tells you that when you're going to sleep, you cannot cover the camera, that means they're watching you. I don't care what they say. Oh, we don't watch videos. We can't see you. Okay. That's a bunch of baloney. Yes, they can. They can see you changing. They can see you naked. Okay? And they can totally do invasion of your privacy. If a company says, oh, you can't close it, but we don't watch it, that is a total big lie. Anyone can access those cameras for any reason at any given time. It doesn't matter if it's the dispatch, it's some manager at the trucking company, and it doesn't matter even if it's the camera company. Someone can access and watch the footage. That footage is never always 100% erased, and they can access the live feed any given time they want. And even if something happens, a little truck moves by, it activates the camera for any movement. Guess what? They're watching you sleep, doing whatever you do. That is not a life on the road. I would not want to be watched while trucking down the road with an inward-facing cameras. As a matter of fact, I have never ever worked for a company, a trucking company yet, that has an inward-facing camera. If they will ever have an inward-facing camera at any of the companies that I work or have worked at, my plan was to put a piece of tape over, and if they say I'm fired, well, goodbye. I'll find another company that doesn't have an inward-facing camera. Because my privacy is what I value the most. Besides, I truck with my wife, and that is the number one reason why we do not ever have inward-facing cameras. Remember, if a company tells you, oh, we don't watch the videos, but you can't cover the camera even when you're sleeping, they're watching that video, and they're watching you change clothes and sleep in underwear. They're watching all of that, okay? And another rule that I hate, They say you gotta wear your uniform 100% of the time. Now, me as being a young truck driver when I started this almost 6 years ago, I kind of thought it was cool. Hey, I could wear a company uniform, have a name on the company. That's all good, but it shouldn't be while you're driving. You should have it on when you're delivering or picking up a load, not when you're driving and going from in and out of your truck at truck stops and everything. You shouldn't be always wearing your uniform. Now, local truck drivers, I get it, but long haul truck drivers, that uniform is not comfortable. Yes, wear the proper attire when you go into ship or receiver. Don't wear flip-flops. Wear the proper attire. Sometimes you need PPE. You need hard hat, safety glasses, earplugs sometimes. You need a high visibility vest. You need long sleeve clothes. You need pants instead of shorts. And you need steel toe boots or boots in general or waterproof boots, whatever the case is. Do not find the joy of wearing a company uniform all the way. And that's Walmart's policy. They got to wear the company uniform 100% of the time when they're on duty. And another rule I hate, I don't know if they eliminated this, I know this rule has been out there for a while, is even if you're on the headset, hands-free, you're answering your phone by voice commands, you're calling somebody with voice commands, you're texting somebody back with voice commands, you're receiving a text with a Siri or Android assistant or whatever they call it, talking the text message to you while driving. It can be hands-free. You're not paying attention to your phone. But yet, they only allow you to talk on the phone hands-free 1 hour at a time on your shift and only 15 minutes at a time sessions. And me, I can say personally, I would not want that. Why? Because when I was trucking without my wife a couple times, even when I was doing local, I could have taken my wife. Me and my wife would be on the phone for hours, okay? And it's hands-free. It can be on the Bluetooth radio. It can be on the headset. It can be on the earpiece. I always had one ear open so I could hear what's going around me. Or even having my phone on speakerphone. I'm hands-free. I talk as long as I want. I do not care. If you want to talk to your relatives, do not work at Walmart. That's a big mistake that you can ever do, is talk on the phone on Walmart, because you're gonna run out of time quickly. And guess what? Most of the time when you're done with your shift, it could be like, say this time, like it could be 8 p.m. here, or in California 8 p.m. but where your family lives, it'll be like 11 p.m. 10, it doesn't matter. They can be sleeping. The time when you're really allowed to talk on your phone, your family might be already in bed, and you'll be interrupting their sleep schedule if you call them. That's why it's important for us truck drivers to be able to talk hands-free while driving the truck. And guess what? So far in all 48 states I have been to, no cop has said anything about talking on the phone hands-free. And I've also talked to a truck driver that trucks all over the United States, and he has said the same thing, the fact that you can talk anywhere. He even wears his headset while driving through a weigh station. They have said nothing, because it's totally legal to drive hands-free with the headset and talking on the phone. Now, would I talk on the phone while I'm getting inspected by a DOT officer? No, I wouldn't. But it's not illegal to wear a headset while driving, as long as it's on one ear. Those $100,000 are not really worth it to me, unfortunately. I'd rather work at a different company with those less rules than not being able to talk on the phone the way I want to, the duration I want to, wearing my uniform all the time when I don't want to because it's uncomfortable, and I don't have privacy because of the inward facing camera, and I can't even close my blinds. That is very, very, very dumb. Not canceled. Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004 Turn right. Driving a 10 from the 6 Series.